Mr. Rupert Fink, an Alembic still, and Pharmacies in Vilnius.
You all know what an Alembic still is for. With such a device, one can produce a particular kind of fluid, one that is inflammable, has a very specific taste, and is safe to drink. Alembic stills are particularly well developed in ZUKAS, in the south of Lithuania. One of the oldest known alembic stills in Lithuania belongs to one Rupert Fink, who used the device as it was intended to produce spirits which, according to European fashion, everyone called vodka or little water. In the 16th century, Mr. Fink was the most famous pharmacist in Vilnius and had a pharmacy in the heart of the city. Two more buildings arose in the old town which became home to other old Vilnius pharmacies. Here is the EMILIJA pharmacy and here is Gambinus. Back then, 3 pharmacies were more than enough, since the city was a bit smaller than it is now. What's more, only wealthy customers ever visited a pharmacy, which may explain the old saying, as pricey as the pharmacist. Simple people were forced to treat themselves with folk recipes or seek the advice of barbers who knew how to draw blood, pull teeth, and even perform simple surgeries. And while his pharmacy made good profits, for Mr. Fink, it was just an additional source of income. You see, he was already treating the rulers and nobility of Lithuania and Poland for a fantastic salary. Sometimes he even received royal gifts, like 800 hectares of land in Rokantiškės. Mr. Fink's pharmacy, along with the other 2 in Vilnius, kept pace with European standards, if we compare the diversity of the products they offered. Some 500 goods were on sale at these shops, more than 100 types of cream alone, and not just that. The pharmacies also sold spices, perfumes, alcoholic drinks, candles, and sweets. It might surprise you that pharmacists in those days liked to use lead in various medications and plasters, and pharmacies would offer patients feeling weak after a prolonged illness a concoction known as a castrated rooster water, a special broth made of white wine, flower petals, bread slices, and cinnamon. The most expensive goods at the pharmacy were something called mithridate and terratia. Pharmacists would combine tens of different kinds of ingredients from calamus flowers and parsley to incense resin and cardamom. But can you guess what the real all-powerful cure was? The true panacea, an enema. 500 years ago, most people in Vilnius believed that enemas could cure almost any ailment, even a toothache. We don't know if the pharmacists themselves believed their products were actually effective, but they did know one thing for certain. Image was everything, which is why pharmacies always had decorative signs adorned with elephants, never-before-seen plants, dark-skinned natives, and other exotic things. And this is also why customers were able to watch assistants busily grinding away at something or tending to a smoking, bubbling laboratory. Stepping inside a pharmacy meant entering another world full of hundreds of different scents. Shelves buckled from the weight of jars and containers, vials and bottles, crates and boxes. Counters always displayed a scale and all sorts of strange tools. Glass containers held frogs and snakes, and a dried crocodile was suspended from the ceiling. And there, behind his counter, was Mr. Rupert Fink, greeting another customer with a hearty "Guten Tag, Mr. Tadeusz."